Nook, give you buck, boy. Nook, give you buck, boy. Nook, give you a. Real quick, before we get into today's video, fill the greens, superfoods. If you're getting older, like I am, about to hit 40, and you don't really eat your vegetables, kale, your superfoods, greens, and all that, go ahead, get you some of this. Fill the greens, 1 scoop a day, put it in some water. You get your daily dose of vegetables, vitamins, minerals, all that stuff that's in there. Superfoods, pretty dope. I've been on it for a few months. I feel healthy. I feel great. I take some other things too. But as far as like greens and superfoods, I'm on this link in the description. If you're interested, go ahead and get it. Today, what we're talking about, we are talking about an epidemic, a true pandemic of epic proportions. Not nothing I have to worry about. I'm married happily. But for everybody else, the single people out there in their 30s, 40s ish, I don't know. I feel like there's an issue when it comes to relationship and marriage. I think there's a divide, and it is being perpetuated and pushed and promoted. I think there's an agenda regarding human depopulation. If we want to jump on a conspiracy circuit, I think that's the long end game to push people away for depopulation reasons. But getting back on topic, staying on topic, I found this video. It's TikTok. This is from Bella Vandala. Super dope rant. She breaks it down. Let's jump into the TikTok and then we're going to talk about it.
Okay, so once again, the fucking internet is interneting and it's pissing me off. I am so sick of men and women alike with this bullshit of what do you bring to the table? What makes you so great? What are the benefits of getting married in today's society? It's love! That's it! That's all. Like, y'all are so steady trying to transactionalize the interaction between men and fucking women because you grew up in a capitalistic hellscape and it's degraded your fucking mental. Wake the fuck up. You get married because of love. Like, take the fucking win. This isn't the 1600s. She doesn't need to come with 40 acres and a fucking mule. Dude doesn't have to slave his life away to buy you a fucking Birkin bag. If you're getting married for somebody to fucking save you, don't fucking do that shit. It is for love. That is it. That is all. Men and women do not need each other for anything other than procreation and companionship. Pick the person you love that you can't imagine spending the rest of your life without and build a life that makes you happy. And stop acting like they're fucking replaceable. Y'all are so fucking deluded. One little bit of hardship and you go human shopping on the fucking internet like everybody out there isn't fucking smoke and mirrors to begin with. Your man is not always going to be up. Your woman is not always going to be your peace. If life is hard, spending the rest of yours with somebody is going to be too. It is fucking work. Cut the fucking shit. She needs to shut the fuck up and suck and fucking cook and clean and he needs to pay all my bills and save me and dabba 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 dabba. It is for love!
I agree. I think she nailed it all. I think she hit every point. And that minute and 30 seconds is a perfect rant for this topic. And I guess the question I have is, how did we get here? Right? What is happening out there in the dating space, in the sexual marketplace, as Kevin Samuels would put it? What is happening out there where, like she said, relationship and dating has been so transactionalized where everyone, for the most part, is only viewing dating and relationship building as a one-way street, right? You jump in, you get in there, you're in the dating realm, and you're looking for what the other person can do for you as a top priority. You know what I'm saying? Not even as a part of the equation or factors. It is number one. If I'm going to date you, if I'm going to go on a date with you, what are you providing me? What are you giving me in that situation? And it goes both ways. You know, as men, like she said, she pointed out, women have an issue and men have an issue. Men have an issue, I guess, on the physical realm, on the traditional woman realm, like what a woman should be doing traditionally. Or not even traditionally, what a woman's role is. And women have the same issue on their end with men as far as what a man should provide, what their role is, who they're supposed to be. And there's a lot of this really If you ask me, there's way too much hyper focus on this transactional, and I have theories on where it originated. Like, where did this come from, right? Now, I believe this could be. You can disagree if you want. I believe there is an agenda from the elites, from the powers that be, to depopulate the earth, and bring the human population down. You know what I'm saying? We could really enter the black hole on poisons in the food, poisons in the environment, poisons on our clothes, vibrational things in clothes. We could talk about big pharma. We could talk about vaccines. We could talk about the trans movement. There's so many areas. It's almost like there's so many areas where we could talk about Planned Parenthood and abortions. There's so many areas where it's like throughout life, getting into a healthy marriage and multiplying is frowned upon. And then there's every avenue and every system is built to discourage that, to discourage unity between a male and a female, and to make babies and to have a healthy nuclear family. It's like everything is trying to dissuade and discourage people from doing that. Enter the heterosexual dating marketplace, right? I'm not even talking about anyone else. Heterosexual dating marketplace. You got this transactionalism between men and women. What is the cure? How do we get past this point? I know there's a lot of podcasts. I know there's a lot of TikTok clips. I think in also doing this, I think we need to find a solution. Like in this case, Bella Vandala says the solution is love, right? She says for men, forget about what you want your women to be, traditional, whatever. And for women, don't look to them to be a traditional man, provider, with all that. If you find somebody and you fall in love with them, love comes first, and then all that other stuff falls into place. But is that realistic, though? I don't know. I think that's a great question to pose to you, the audience. I think it can work. I do believe in love at first sight. I think it does work for some couples. But in today's society, there's just so many factors and variables to consider when trying to find a mate, trying to date and find somebody to marry. I somewhat worry about the next generations coming up. And my son, I have a 12-year-old son, within the next several years to decade, he's going to enter the dating realm, and I don't know what the future holds for him as far as what's happening out there with the dating arena. You know what I'm saying? I know his family, us, we can instill in him the best qualities that we think a young man should have and should be able to provide for his partner. But I'm not sure what's out there. I hope he can attract something or somebody that isn't going to be on this "what can you do for me" spiel out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I guess this is my solution, right? If you're out there dating and you're running into these issues where whether you're a male or female and you can't find somebody who isn't about themselves, right? Or seems to prioritize their own wants and desires over anything else, to include whatever, money, provisions, a traditional woman, whatever the case have you. I think then I'll put it this way: you attract what you are, right? So if you're in the dating realm and you're out there and you're looking and you seem to be running into this issue, it's possibly because that's who you are. So I would focus on developing yourself as a person, right? Work on yourself as a person. And if you meet somebody and there seems to be an interest there, don't go into it looking for what this person can do for me. Go into it and envision and attract and manifest scenarios where you are thinking about who can you be for this person? What can you do for this person? Right? If you want to be there too. So I don't know, guys, what you think? Let me know what you think. Do you think if we prioritize love again in marriage, or at least in the dating realm, and let all the pieces fall, that we'd be better off than what we're dealing with now, which is all this division, all this transactionalism, all this you need to do, what can you do for me? Because I got single friends out there. You hear the stories, you see the posts. It's kind of like the Wild West out there, and it probably shouldn't be. I think Again, I think there's an agenda at play here. I think it's working perfectly. I think there's too much complaining about the problem and not enough focusing on solutions. I want to focus on solutions. I think we should be, if you're going to talk about a problem, I think you should focus on a solution at all times. I don't think you should dedicate a whole podcast, a whole show on talking about problems and airing out problems without trying to find some solutions. That's me personally. My brain don't operate that way. Y'all guys need to figure this shit out. Because I worry about my son. I worry about, and my nephews. I got nephews, nieces. I don't know what's happening out there. It's a little scary. So that's the video for today. Is love dead? I guess is the question. Is love dead out there? We had, you got the Kevin Samuels. And, when it comes to Kevin Samuels and the Tates, the sprinkle lady, I think these are people with interesting perception and ideas, but I don't think what they talk about specifically is a blanket solution for all. So for instance, speaking on Kevin Samuels, we like to watch him because he's funny. He does drop gems, and then he also is very entertaining to watch, and he can seem insulting to some women. I think when they disrespect him first, he goes in. But I think what he talks about mostly is that high value man, that elite man, 6 figures, 6 feet, 6 pack, 6 inches and up, yada, yada. Which is not a majority of men, right? So like to sit there and watch his shows and apply that to all men, I think is doing a disservice. I think his show is very specific to a very small number of individuals. Same thing with Tate. Same thing with other women. The sprinkle lady, she's on that men need to be providers. If they can't pay your bills, don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think those messages are productive. I think we need some new voices that can talk about love, I guess, in some type of ways, or focus on the connection part first, and then talk about how everything else can come into place. Because right now, the division agenda is working. So that's the video today. Let me know if you got solutions. Send me videos, send me clips of things you want me to talk about. Remember, Phil the Greens. Get you some. Link in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.